Oh, it's right here.
Come on.
I got the hook under it.
Let's
Yeah,
start.
I got the hook under
Marquise,
it.
there's no
You should
fat.
already start recording, to be quite
There's
honest. I got
literally-
the hook.
There's literally
Look
no
at the
fat on your
hook-
body.
the hook- It's right here.
I don't
it's
see
right
anything.
because you're not looking.
I am.
You're not seeing the whole of
Marquise,
me.
I feel
okay, you're not
disrespected.
seeing the whole of
Marquise,
me.
as
you
a
are
plus-size woman,
you are
I feel
taking a
disrespected.
small part of me.
Can I do
You are
Marquise-
objectifying myself by not looking at the whole of me. Okay.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, are we rolling?
We are rolling. It's gone.
Welcome to the Janae Latrice podcast. Okay, this is the happy hour of podcasts where young Black creatives come together, discuss our worlds, and just take what we need. I am performing artist and entrepreneur Janae Latrice, and I got team in the building. Okay.
Yeah. Gang,
No,
gang.
that's the applause.
yeah.
You gotta
Gang,
clap.
gang.
Do me again. Do me again.
I got team in the building.
Gang.
First and foremost, we have creative spoken word artist and owner of Accented Air Candles, as well as a grounding touch massage studio. Give it up for the God, Marquise Wright Lee, ladies and gentlemen. Hey.
Hi, how y'all doing? This is Marquise Riley, PYJ, Pretty Young John. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Pretty young John.
Pretty Young
Already.
John, aka Clipboard Poppy. Here for the tomfoolery and the fucker.
All of it. And then some.
Chaos. Pure chaos. I am pure chaos.
This is my boy, yo. I'm so excited about this. And then to my right, y'all can't see her, but we have musician, all around creative, and owner of Events at the Loft, which is our home. Give it up for our engineer and the goddess herself, Erica E. Mack, the queen.
Wait, I'm going air horn crazy, y'all. I'm going crazy on the air
if you didn't
horn.
do it, I was gonna do it. I was gonna reach over there for the yeah.
Y'all
All
give me like
these
10 of those.
motherfucking air horns. I'm done. How was everybody's weekend? Talk to me. Catch me up. My stuff
Weekend
was good.
Where was I? Yesterday I was in D.C. Shout out to D.C.
Hey.
With my mom for her
DC
birthday.
Yay. Happy birthday, Emacs mom.
Yeah, hopefully she listens to this. But yeah, I just was chilling.
How was yours, Marquise?
I was chilling, working, all that good stuff.
Me too.
Wasn't. I'm so lazy. I don't do shit. Though.
No, truthfully, I was just about to say my weekends are always usually busy, like gigging and whatnot. But like today and yesterday, I was literally stuck to my bed. Like, I don't know what was going on. And I think part of it is because I think I need to start taking vitamins. Y'all take vitamins?
I used to.
What kind of vitamins you used to take?
The women's one a day, multivitamin, John.
I need some vitamins, y'all, because I don't be having energy sometimes.
I take water.
Oh, that's right, because you're the person with his shit together.
What's that other thing? Ginkgo biloba. What's that?
Never heard of it.
Ginseng.
What?
Oh, ginseng. Okay.
Yeah.
Word.
It
What about
give
it?
you energy? It's supposed to give you like energy.
Is this drugs?
It's not
No,
FDA approved,
it's-
but I mean,
it's what is ginseng a herb? I believe.
it's
A herb.
Herb.
with an H.
Yeah, it's herb.
With this damn air horn.
I'm done with the air horn. Yeah. I'm
Well,
done.
listen, last time we was together, shooting the shit, having a good time, Marquise and I was having a conversation about the fact that he does not drink because anyone who knows me knows that I really enjoy a good libation or two or seven. And, he just drinks water. And so in response to that, I said, well, you really just must have your shit together. You must have your life together. Do you remember what you said?
I said, what is having my life together? What does that look like?
What does that even mean? So I just thought that would be a great way to kick off today's episode. Marquise, I'm going to shoot it to you. Get us started. What does it mean to have your life together? Because, I know what I feel like it means in my mind, but you had me questioning everything that I thought I knew. So I'm going to sip my wine.
Okay, see, I drank water because I don't see. Listen, swallow. Don't spit. Swallow.
Pause.
I drank water because nothing else tastes that great to me. So I don't drink soda for vanity reasons. I just don't want pimples on my face.
fine
And
too,
juice just and juice
Can't compliment him.
Juice just drives me out. Talking about so I just
So,
water.
you have your shit together as a result of drinking water. That's the point that I was trying to make,
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
You're an adult who
So-
doesn't drink. You're a
mean, that
30-something who doesn't
but-
drink.
I'm the
What if he
first
had
of all,
other what if he
first
was
of all,
overindulging in other places?
I ain't even 30.
Oh, well, 20-something.
I can't wait.
me.
Actually, I'm looking forward to 30. But no,
30 is
because see,
awesome.
I'm drinking all this water because when eggnog season comes around, I'm acting a whole fool.
So you
Ew.
drink
Yes.
eggnog
Yes,
with
I
rum
do.
in it and all that.
No.
So just virgin ass eggnog.
Just-
That's
yeah.
like
With no
cheese
Hennessy.
and milk. What is that? Dairy? A cup of dairy is what
A
Marquise
cup of sour cream.
Aye, baby, listen.
Okay, so maybe you don't have your shit
milk.
together
I
after
just-
all.
You assumed.
Oreos and
You
milk.
assumed.
And eggnog.
You
is
assumed.
ju- oh.
Lord have mercy. I can't with the virgin eggnog. I'm gonna move on.
You know what they say about assumptions.
No, you're right. I did, and you're right. You pose a good point. What if he's overindulging other things?
Yeah.
But what does it mean? What do we think of when we think of somebody having a shit together? Like I'm 32. You guys are whatever age you are. I know what I think of when it comes to having your shit together, and I just feel like that means being like aligned with your goals, whatever they are on an individual basis. But what does it mean to you?
I think you can have it together one day and seemingly and not have it together the next day. I think it's just it depends on the day, honestly. And some people have said, "Oh, Erica, you got your stuff together," and I'll be like, "What does that mean?" Like, because they may see one aspect of your life, and then the other aspect is like falling apart. So. I don't think it exists.
And
Like,
what-
I don't
none
think
of
it
this,
exists.
None of this is linear at all.
Right.
Like that, because like when people say, "Oh, you have your life together," there's like a certain aspect of you that they see in this certain moment that either
Right.
they wish they had, or like that just like equates to like, "Oh wow, that's just like that seems right."
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, "Oh, you must have your life together." Meanwhile,
But you
all you got is this bottle of water to your name.
Yeah, okay. That might be the only thing. Father God.
You can have your life together in that lane, though. Yes, in that area, you can have your shit together, right?
I think it's subjective. It's not a concrete thing because you may it's all about perception. If I perceive that a person
True.
is doing great or better in a lane, then I'm gonna be like, yo, they got their stuff together. Meanwhile, I could be better off than them on paper.
Do you
know what I
consider
mean?
yourself to be a person that has her shit together
Sometimes.
today?
Today, and I failed in some areas. So
Shout out to your honesty.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
you can't be.
I didn't get out of
What'd you
bed
say?
till
Air
about
horn?
2:30.
Oh, I don't have it
No.
on it.
No air horns. I didn't get out of bed till about 2:30 today.
That sounds like a good day to me. Shit.
I listened to my body, and it said, bitch, you need to sleep.
Yeah.
Get some rest. So in that regard, I put gas in my car. I didn't put a whole lot,
Hey.
but I put some in there. Stopped at the liquor store, picked up some eyelashes. Here I am.
At the liquor store?
No, Marquise.
Oh,
Consider
liquor store
yourself
you-
to be a person that has his shit together
oh no, not at all. No.
at all.
No. Just because I'm lazy as hell, and
You ain't lazy though.
see, and that's perception.
Here goes.
That's perception.
No,
Go
you're right.
in.
You're right,
No,
you're
go
right,
in.
you're
I-
right.
I
in right there.
No, this is good.
Because I spend a lot of time doing nothing when I should be doing a lot of things.
I think we all do.
And like I have an idea of what I should be doing. Do I have my shit together? No, but it's not. I try not to let that destroy my outlook
Very
or
important. Or your motivation or anything
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
it's because it's one day at a time. One day you'll have a really great day. You may have 2 great days in a row. You may have 3 great days in a row, and you may have a bad a day that's not aligned with what productivity looks like to you.
That's good.
And then you can just be all the way thrown off. You're like, oh, I ain't got life. It's a day by day basis.
I agree. I really do. And y'all are helping me for real in this moment. So like, do we all agree that like basically, if I'm understanding y'all correctly, having your shit together is completely perception based. So is there anybody in this world that you think of and be like, they have their shit together? Or do we just agree that that's just based on how you see that person?
I want to go back.
Okay.
I want to retract what I said.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to sip my wine.
I think that the person who has their shit together is the person who knows that or is conscious that they are making progress and they need to make progress in areas.
Yeah.
So they recognize that I come a long way.
Yeah.
And I'm actively working on the parts of me that are not right.
I agree with that too.
That person has their shit together because they know it's probably far, like they can't attain it today, but they know that they way closer than they were before.
Yeah.
So in my mind, that's the person who's got it together.
I'm gonna say then I feel like according to that definition that on today I got my shit together.
That was air horn time.
My shit is, oh my God. Let's move on because Erica is about to drive me nuts with this air horn.
No, I'm not going to do it no more. I'm going to wait like 10 minutes.
All right, so listen, right? 10 minutes. Thank you for the 10 minutes with the air horn.
The listeners won't hear, but at 7 o'clock.
I'm done. In any event.
Just no matter what's happening.
I'm just in the middle of a word. She just be crying, and I'm be like, it's going to be mad awkward.
I'm actually done with both of you at this point. I'm just going to go ahead into the next thing.
Don't be done.
Which is this past weekend, we did have some contributions to music by people who probably would say that they have their shit together. Both Wale and Lil Kim dropped albums this week.
They dropped out. All right, now for real, y'all. I'm going way too hard. I'm going way too hard on these. All
Who
right.
should we start with? Let's
start with Lil Kim.
Okay.
Please,
Marquise says let's start with Lil Kim. Lil Kim dropped 9 this weekend, featuring the likes of Music Soul Child, Rich the Kid, OT Genesis, City Girls, and Rick Ross. Marquise, I just feel like you are dying to chime in. I want to know any favorite songs. How do we feel about the overall contribution to music? And what is our overall rating? Are we fleshing it or are we spinning it?
So Lil Kim's album, I said, what? Okay.
I'm ready.
So I gave it one listen, and it's not I guess to really like do a deep dissect of the album, I'd have to listen to it, a couple more times. I usually try to give an album 3 listens. This one, it was like I listened to it the first time and I just didn't need to do it again. It wasn't like I've listened to worse things in my life.
Really?
And this, yes. So I've been through worse things in my life.
This was tough for me to get through.
It was, you know what? It was only 9 tracks, so that was fine.
It was tough.
It was, but it's like the overall thing I take from it is that Lil Kim is 45 years old.
Is she?
Yes, Lil Kim is 45 years old and hasn't grown up musically. Like at this point,
she's aged backwards musically. It felt like on this album,
baby.
Like,
because
like at this point, our rap pioneers are in their 50s, like are in their late 40s, mid 50s. Like Curtis Blow, who was the first rap artist to have a major deal, he's still alive.
Right.
So we have these rap pioneers from the 80s, the 90s who are still alive, who are still technically making music, but we don't have any adult contemporary hip hop. Right, we don't.
That's mainstream by our pioneers, I'll say.
Yeah,
artists out there.
but mainstream pioneers that we just that aren't. Jay-Z will give you the adult, contemporary. Nas will give you something, but it's like the majority, like Lil Kim, for example,
this album sucked.
Lil Kim.
I'm ready.
Lil Kim is 45.
This album was terrible.
I'm pushing it into perspective, right?
This was really bad.
Lil Kim is 45. Nicki Minaj is 36. Cardi B is 27. They're making essentially the same music right now. Right. And that's an issue specifically for Kim.
Of the 3.
It's specifically for Kim because she's like
way
you have
too
this
old to be making the music.
It's been 13 or 14 years since her last album. You've lived life. This is a moment for you to talk about how you've lived life. You just got out of jail.
The album felt really it felt really forced to me. It felt really there was no point to it. Like I couldn't grasp what she was trying to communicate as an artist, what she was trying to contribute. If I had to pick a favorite song, it would probably be Auto Blanco. But what are we talking about?
I don't know, but can Eric, can we talk about our favorite moment of the album?
Go ahead and lead in with this. I have many things to say about this, but we can go right to that. It was that lyric. The lyric said.
Let me pull up. I wrote it.
Please,
I wrote it down.
I was
reading it verbatim.
Y'all are too excited.
Now,
I am a huge Lil Kim fan. You don't understand. This is devastating.
No, I was devastated. I am
album. Mark,
I need to read, please.
Lil Kim says, I got that good pussy.
Uh-huh.
Make a nigga come fast.
from,
Then I let him use my face like a cum rag.
That's from Found You.
You're 45.
That's from
Why
Found
are
You,
you
yeah.
doing? And you don't have to do that. You
She
are.
got City
you're a
Girls on the
legend.
song. If she didn't come like that on the track, first of all, why did she put City Girls on the record?
Because she wanted it to be raunchy. She wanted it for. All right, let me. Oh, all right. What
No,
are we
she's
talking
knocking on
about
50.
when
Marquise is dead,
when you
meanwhile.
are saying? I don't want none of my legends talking about they want their faces a cum rag.
Facts.
I don't want none of my legends out there doing that.
I agree.
Period.
I agree.
First of all, the lyric itself is that's trash. That is
It's
the
not
worst
a bar.
way to go with. That's not a bar.
No.
That's not a bar. That's
not a
That's
bar.
not a bar. But
You should have used the boo.
boo. It's really not a bar. All right, let me go back.
Yeah.
Am I the only ones who at times I kept looking at the credits because I thought Mary J. Blige was singing? Is it anybody
No, Lil
else?
Kim was singing, dog.
On the first
you
one.
mean?
I wish I could. Yo, I'm about to pull it up.
Speaking of singing,
Wait.
all right, I'm gonna put a pin in this because I got to come back to this.
There were times, like on the first track, out the gate, I said, "Oh, she put Mary J on the first one."
Music Soul Child.
But I couldn't find Mary J nowhere. This is Little Kim trying to come into her singing voice.
Why?
Which she doesn't even have. She hasn't established a singing voice. I'm not saying that she can't sing.
Oh, come on.
No, wait.
She
I'm not
can't.
saying that she can't hold the tune. First of all, the whole album was too auto-tuned. I will say that. It's way too auto-tuned.
Not enough bars.
It was no bars. What do we... It was just really...
Can we talk about Music Soul Child being on this album? What's going on?
No, I think that was a move for him. Who wouldn't? If Lil Kim hit anybody up in the game right now,
True.
they're going to say yes because she's a
I'll
legend.
give you that. But how do you think, now you are like songwriter supreme, how do you think that crap came about? That part where he's singing, that whole, I believe it's the intro, because, Marquise came out on that because I don't listen to, wasn't listening to these albums in order. But the point is, I thought that was really not a good move. I understand why he would say yes. Lil Kim is absolutely iconic. But at what point do you hear the material and you be like,
But did he hear it first and then they gave it to her? We don't know the process.
We don't.
Yeah, because
He could have been
people aren't
singing
in the
on it
studio
before she
anymore.
got it.
Yeah,
I
people
just
aren't in the
hated
studio
it.
with each
I
other.
just was like, what is
And
happening?
also, like,
and
for that,
he performed with her.
And no, if any, like I said,
What
I go
awards
back
was
to
that?
her being
That
a
just happened?
legend.
Hip Hop Honors.
I go back to she's a legend in the game. I don't care if she called Keke Palmer, if she called freaking, I don't know,
Fact.
Roseanne, if she
I
called
got you.
whoever she called,
They're
they're gonna be
gonna
like,
come.
yo, Lil Kim, yes.
Right.
She has put out nothing but hits up
13
until
years ago.
But that's fine because Lauryn Hill's only got one album and we still regard her as a legend. Lil Kim has multiple albums. You know what I mean? So
I'm not taking away from her legendary status.
no, but
by
I'm
no
saying that's why
means.
people want to work with her and perform with her.
Right.
And also, like, this is actually my first Lil Kim album that I've heard, like,
Front to back.
front to back. So, like, I had no expectations coming into this, but when the first song was, titled "Pray for Me," I thought, like, this could set up a
could go
real
somewhere.
good thing.
It
Like,
ain't go
this is your
nowhere,
first
bro.
album in 13, 14 years.
Bro.
Like, this could have this could have took off, and for the first song being called, "Pray for Me," it just did not end up the way I thought it would. And, like, also, again, she's 45. Then her first album came out in 98. There's just a lot of, like, instances of you talking about moving drugs. You ain't moving drugs, Kim.
And I don't want to hear you talking about I'll go get the boys and I'll like you're
Literally on
45.
every track. Literally on every track.
talking about somebody going.
And even
come
like
get somebody.
even with because we keep mentioning her age, even with her age and her legendary status, I think for me this was most disheartening because I just was excited. I felt like she had a responsibility right now. Nicki Minaj has taken whatever type of hiatus she's taken. Female rappers are making their best attempt to come out here and shine and show. And Kim, you dropped the damn album. You dropped an album. Come on. You are Lil Kim. You had a responsibility to contribute to music, to contribute to the progression of female MCs. And you dropped the motherfucking ball.
Talking about, got a song called "Catch My Wave."
I hate the album.
I'm not gonna.
I hate it.
It's not a great album. Little Kim, we love you. And if you
death.
ever hear this, we want to work with you.
Please.
I need to take a small moment to say,
Take it.
I love Lil Kim.
Rich
I
the
love
Kid spent like half his verse trying to find a beat.
True. I didn't know if that was intentional or a mistake. That was such a distraction.
But what's the girl from City Girl? She can't get on beat either.
Young Miami.
Young
But I think she
Miami.
do it on purpose.
I'm not going to talk about it.
No, I think she does it on purpose. So maybe he was doing it on purpose.
I don't have any comment about City Girls.
I don't have no comment about that.
But that Rich the Kid song was a huge distraction.
Rick Ross, let me tell you, in the middle of the song when he had that long, he rapped for a very long time. I thought it was his song after that. I forgot that I was still on the first track. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, he been rapping for a minute.
He got up there at the Hip Hop Honors, I think is what it was. Fact check me, feel free. But and said, after being in the studio with Lil' Kim working on his latest album, now I can confirm that nothing has changed, and he lied to us. I was really disappointed.
I think she still got the tenacity. I think she still has.
Where were the bars?
That's what we need, because we got rappers out there like Rhapsody. You got people like
Yes,
Tierra Whack that's
Ciroc.
really Ciroc giving real bars.
Yes.
So that's like we believe that Cardi is where she's at. Like if she ratchet, we like, oh yeah, we can believe that. I don't believe that Lil' Kim is 45 being turned up and ratchet. So that's what makes it a little bit. You know what?
Yeah,
it makes it unbelievable.
Are we flushing it or are we spinning it?
Man, flush.
I just wanna shout out the fact that on Found You, they decided to use goddamn Bubba Sparks' Miss New Booty,
yeah.
and cut Bubba Sparks a check. Shout out to Bubba Sparks.
Shout out to
Sparks for getting a check
Where
cut.
my thing? Shout out to getting a check. Look.
And it's 7:01. You.
Ooh!
Hey!
Another one for being on time.
Hey.
What? That segment was 10 minutes. We did good.
Lord have mercy. Moving on from Lil' Kim, let's get into
love you.
this. Wale dropped Wow That's Crazy featuring Ari Lennox, Bryson Tiller, Meek Mill, Rick Ross again, Pink Sweats,
Look.
Jacquees. How's that young man's name pronounced? Jacquees.
J-
The S is silent.
Yeah.
Is it
Jacquees.
Jacquees? Kelly Price
Yeah.
is on the album. Lil
Yep.
Durk, Jeremiah, and Megan Thee Stallion.
The Stallion.
All right, Emac, start us off.
I loved it. The tracks were fire. The production was fire. I was like, my thing with Wale, it goes deeper than the music. When we were talking about like the grievances with, I want him to just find love. I want him to be comfortable.
He seemed like such a troubled spirit.
I want him to find the love that he want. But again, he needs to find what he want. He got to know what he want. It can't be this made up fiction thing.
What's going on
In
with
terms
him?
of the music, though, can we just hold on? I gotta pull up. I don't know. I know we can't. Huh?
I'm listening to you, but I'm also halfway listening to Marquise over here because I know based on I was looking at your Facebook post this week and I know you got some things to say. Go
The
ahead, Queen, finish.
joint. Hold on. I gotta. I'm on the wrong. I better not be on. What's her
Lil'
name?
Kim?
Lil' Kim's joint.
Please, we have moved on.
On chill routine.
Yeah.
Can we just can for a second? We gotta get into. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Oh, too far. Like the cadence, the delivery,
freaking,
the
I
delivery.
love my favorite. I have to say from the album. Well, I can't really pick a favorite, but I'm stuck on Sue Me.
Yes,
I'm
Yes.
spinning it like crazy. Yes,
Everybody black. Come on.
I love the responsibility that he upheld with this album and the contribution. But I do get a sense of like depression from the album, and it's heavy. And I just was like,
You felt heavy listening to
I
it.
did a little bit, even though I felt lifted at times. It was like enveloped in this heaviness that I just was like, what's going on with my brother?
So I have, as I was explaining to Erica, I have a very extensive history with Wale and his music, dating back to 2009. He 2009 is when he dropped his first album, Attention Deficit. So there is, and he's also the reason that I started getting into poetry. So like I have a very
He
deep,
is the reason.
He's the
Wow.
needless, yeah. So with what ended up this album being is a culmination of everything that happened from 2006 with Paint a Picture all the way coming up to now, and it's just listening to this album, especially the first time, was very emotional for me because because I've seen his pain develop over the years.
Okay.
So his specifically before I can even talk about this album, his album More About Nothing, I had to the first time I listened to the More About Nothing album was I couldn't. Like, I listened to it first, I was like, oh, this is all right. And then I had to change my mind on how to, like, I had to listen to it as a therapy session because he had...
A therapy session for you or for
him.
the artist? Okay.
For him, because there was just a lot of pain coming through it. Like, this is... Because a thing that he's done throughout his career, except for I believe this album, he always released a mixtape before the album. So before Attention Deficit, there was... Back to the Feature. Before Ambition, there was 11-1-11 Theory. Before...
Come on and school us. Educate the people.
So before The Gifted, there was Falarin. Before Album About Nothing, there was...
All these albums.
There was Festivus.
How many albums do
Yo,
Wale
he
got?
not reading this off
He
a sheet.
not reading. Oh my God, she just needed
He
to read.
has 6 before
He knows this
Shine.
stuff.
I can't remember the name of that mixtape, but this album, from what I can ascertain, he didn't release that album. He didn't release a mixtape. And usually, what happens for me is his mixtapes are usually better than the albums.
Okay.
Because he makes the mixtapes like for him, I believe he said he makes the mixtapes like for himself, and then the albums for
The people.
The people.
Makes sense.
So he generally has more fun. He's more open. He has more fun on these mixtapes than he does the albums, and you can tell it especially by the way they progress. So with this album, he's hurting at the highest level he has been hurting in years. You can especially at his first album, he's just having more fun. He's just having all the fun. He's just came off of 3 solid mixtapes, Paint a Picture, 100 Miles and Running, and then Back to the Feature. So he's got those 3 mixtapes. The album comes out. Interscope underships the album. That messes with him heavily.
Yeah.
Like he was talking about how his mother couldn't even find copies of his album in stores.
I just want to say I appreciate this moment because I am a fan of Wale deeply, but I'm being educated right now.
Yeah,
I think it's so important.
Yeah, so so that Interscope undershipping his album messed with him heavily, and then he drops More About Nothing. He talks about that. He signs with MMG. And then people were like, "Why did you sign with MMG? Those guys don't even fit. Those guys don't even fit what you're talking about."
I remember
He's
that.
like, "Y'all just got to pay attention. Y'all got to watch." So he spent the next 2 albums, Ambition and The Gifted, just trying to prove that, just trying to prove himself, just trying to prove himself to people that just kept coming at him. And as I was telling Erica, on Twitter, he loves Twitter, but Twitter does not love him back. There are just people have at this current point in time know that about the quickest way to get to Wale is to insult him on Twitter. He's going to respond to you more or less. And like his favorite thing, the thing that I've seen bring him happiness outside of his daughter in more recent years is wrestling. He absolutely loves wrestling.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he has a whole
Fun fact: Wale loves wrestling.
He has a whole separate Twitter
we gotta
page.
get you on Twitter.
No.
He has a whole separate Twitter page for his wrestling like antics. He's like most of his promo that he does. You'll see him at a wrestling event.
Oh, so
like,
you fan?
Yes. So this is why this album was really hard for me because I absolutely love this man.
So I have a question, and not to cut you off, but when we decided that we were going to give these albums a listen, you mentioned something along the lines of, intentionally kind of shelving this moment.
So I did not listen to his last album, Shine, because it's just his hurt. Because the mixtape that came out beforehand, was just I listened to it and I could not stay with. I could not get through it, and I generally I know how I feel about the album because the mixtape is generally better than the album. I know the album will be a little under the mixtape, but I couldn't get through that mixtape, so I knew
it wasn't
gonna
good
for me.
For you
because of the amount of pain. He talks about moving to LA. He talks about his increase in his increase in drug usage, his increase in being promiscuous with all these women, and so it's like it was so much pain in it. Hearing it from me, I did not pick up the Shine album. Gotcha. So I wasn't. So I've been separating myself from him just because his pain. I feel it. Yeah. I feel it in on a very intense level because, like I said, I have this connection with him. I love this man,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's pain. It was painful for me to listen to. Like, he has a lot of moments on this album.
This is really good.
In his song semi-automatic.
Yeah, let's go
He
there.
has a line. He's too offended to concentrate. Right, this goes back to his escapades on Twitter and just talking, just like interacting with people. In the song 50 in the Safe, I'm tired of making music, but how my anxiety set up, my therapy gets my show money.
That line right there. My therapy
my
gets
God.
my show money. That stuck out to me.
And Set You Free, I'm drinking more to think less. My addiction is self-loathing, amongst other things. Like,
Yeah.
there's and even the whole entire song of Expectations is just there is so much hurt going on, and I sincerely want him to stop making music, get away from the music industry, to get away from this industry and be happy. Like, that's
I get
what
it.
I sincerely want from him. But he's addicted to this.
To music.
Like, you can even tell
And
me
to
from
creating.
like,
If he's addicted to music, he could do it without being in the spotlight. So
But
there's an element of this that he's
but again,
addicted to beyond the music.
already in
the
the-
thing of he's still trying to prove himself. He's
Yeah.
still trying to
Yeah,
prove
yeah. That's
that
what I
he's
mean. It's
legendary,
it's
that he's one
another
of the greats.
element.
Even if you even look at the album cover, half the half the picture, his bottom half is shredded because it's like he's tearing apart. He's mentioned before in songs that his mental health is deteriorating. He has
Yeah.
he this happiness that I just hope he's fine. He's looking for it,
Right.
and he can't, is as he said, he can't hold on to relationships. He thinks he wants a woman. He's lost a woman. I don't know if it's the mother of his daughter or just another woman. I mean, even in Album About Nothing, he talks about how the miscarriage of his first child messed with him severely.
Yeah.
So now he has this daughter. There's this woman that he absolutely lost. And he wants a woman to absolutely commit to him. So he always has all these songs about women, Black Bonnie, Black Girl Magic. Like,
I love the Black Girl Magic
Yeah,
cut,
absolutely.
of course.
He has these great moments, and he veers off. He'll talk about him. He'll spend half of a song talking about himself and half a song talk about a woman. Maybe this woman's real. Maybe this woman.
I think he hurt.
I have to
absolutely
say,
hurt.
I do have to say this though. I have to say, first of all, Wale, shout out to you.
You want me?
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
You want me to
Shout out to you. I think that he is an absolutely incredible artist. And I do think that there is a level of responsibility for artists to allow art to imitate life and to, display vulnerability. I do want him to get help. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mental health is very important. And I want him to invest in himself. I gotta be honest though, as a lover and as a consumer of music, I love what he creates.
Yo.
I mean,
I agree.
in the darkness or in the light, I love what the man creates. I gotta be honest. This album is crazy.
The album is fire. The album, in terms of production, in terms of like those lines that make you think, and also you like, dang, I'm about to go back and read it again. It's really
Wale,
good.
we rooting for you.
Like, like I said, I honestly hope this is his last album. I hope
You want him to retire.
I want him to step away from this thing
And get some
that
help.
he's putting so much energy into, but is constantly draining him, and find happiness for
I can see
himself
that.
first, for his daughter, for the whatever the relationship she's trying to find.
You would love to
what
see
does
that
it look
happen.
like
I don't
for
see.
him monetarily?
I feel like Wale is just getting started, like in this industry, and as unhealthy and toxic as it may be for him, I just feel like he's
He
just
already
really,
said that he feels it on a deep.
that's it, and we have a different relationship.
Right,
with Wale.
I have a
understand.
different relationship with Wale. I want
understand
him to put
that.
out like 3 more. Like, come on. I'm
With
ready.
respect for his, first of all, with respect for your relationship
Yes,
with Wale
absolutely.
as, an artist, and with respect for his mental health, I would love to see him do what is best for him. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? We all we got, and we got to invest in ourselves.
For sure.
He makes incredible music, though.
Like, I was really proud of him with his he put out a mixtape Wow.
You gonna have me go home and listen to like dig up some shit.
Okay, like,
and
for
really
real.
be like running. I'm be running Wale for the rest of the week.
Seriously,
Dead ass, like, because you're taking me on an entire journey.
Like,
and I always knew that I had some type of like deeper connection with Wale because I just first of all he's so fond of me.
Yeah,
he just chocolate and with them locks and with
okay,
Lord Jesus, and then his little
shout
swag.
out to Prince George's County. Shout out to Maryland, where he's from, the DMV. Come on,
well air horn it.
you know I want to.
Word. Like I was absolutely, because I took a break from listening to him, and I absolutely, when I came back on his self promotion 4-track EP, I believe. That's the EP, the short genre. It's on SoundCloud, self promotion, and I was like really proud of him.
Yeah.
Because like in the song in Routine is a prime example of when his depression is not sitting in his face, because he's diagnosed with bipolar depression.
Yep.
So when that is not sitting in his face, Routine is an example of Folarin spitting, and he's like out of his way. Yes,
he went,
and also I think it's a thing with him and Meek, because him and Meek together like produces that fire.
Yes.
Like if you go back and listen to Wale's song Heaven's Afternoon featuring Meek on The Gifted. If you go back and listen to their song they have together, it's called 100.
Y'all better be taking notes.
They trade the song. The song. First of all, I love the song. However, the title is, you'll only find it on YouTube. It's 100 Hunnit. HUNNIT. So it's
like 100 Hunnit.
Yeah, it's
got it.
It's weird, but but like they're trading bars back and forth, and this is Wale. This is Folarin showing off. This is him getting it. Like even one of the greatest, one of my favorite songs, one of my favorite verses from him is on a Black Cobain song called 4 a.m. And I love that song.
Wrote it down. I'm literally going to be listening to nothing but Wale.
No,
like,
and I'm okay with it.
Look. And it's like when it's that those moments when he's like shining appropriately, when there's like nothing in his way and he knows he's the shit, and that's what those moments are, what he wants people to see for his entire career. But
that's the Wale you want for him.
That's like when he was a backpacker, rapping on the mixtapes, like that's when he was the most happy. And like I understand that people have to change, absolutely.
This industry is crazy.
Yes, and this industry and ego is crazy. And also just like letting people see, because like he's a regular person, he's just famous. He can rap and he's just famous. So that's why he, like, this Twitter thing for him is so like detrimental, because he just literally just wants to be a regular guy, but also he wants to rap. So there's like those same things, but since he's so accessible as a celebrity and people just decide to be assholes, like people know the quickest way to get to him is to insult him on Twitter. He'll more than likely see it, more than likely respond, and these people don't even actually hate him. Like he had a verse that said well, won't pull no triggers, but what's that? Something like people like will like pop up on him in the mentions, but like if they see him in person, they ain't gonna do shit.
Of course
like,
not.
You know,
that's everybody in the world.
We'll pull no triggers. We'll
I want to say
we'll
this.
Pop a pistol. We'll pop up in mentions.
Jump in.
Yeah.
Shout out to guys like Wale and denna who are being honest.
Yes.
Who are saying,
it's on a record,
like, we need to be better. Mm-hmm. That's what I get from them. I like denna came on there, was like, look, we don't know everything. We got this bravado. We got the blah blah blah.
I'm pretty sure it's Jadenna.
Jadenna.
No, get the man name right. Fine denna. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Jadenna.
Fine denna.
I like to say, no, I'm saying Jadenna. But either way, these two people, they are really like, shout out to the men who want to be better.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I get from this. You know, you this is a clear, like, I got my shit together, thinking like, I'm trying to be better. I'm improving.
I appreciate Wale. I really do. I appreciate his vulnerability. I appreciate even the sacrifices that it must take. You know what I'm saying? To just pour like that on an album. But this project is absolutely a winner.
I like it.
We spinning it, Wale. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, like,
that.
my currently my favorite song is Love and Loyalty.
What's yours, E-Mac?
Routine, because they both. I mean, it just went hard. The beat go hard.
Yeah.
Everything in there go hard.
I can't stop listening.
BGM.
I love BGM and Sue Me.
They were good. I mean, I could listen when I can listen multiple times.
Yeah,
you got me.
I didn't listen to the album from start to finish. I listened
to it like it's a story. I don't put no shuffle.
I put it on shuffle, and Marquise came at my neck.
No,
okay,
it's a story.
I was listening to it on a particular platform that I'm not gonna mention, but
because we might want y'all to sponsor one of our
right, exactly. But I didn't have a choice but to put it on shuffle, and I needed to listen to it by any means necessary.
Go back.
I don't have an iPhone, guys.
Well, okay, neither do
I. iPhone with this update.
I have an Android, but I have Apple Music.
How do you have Apple Music on it? That's possible.
Go to the App Store. Just download it.
Come on over.
You can go to Google Play. It's there.
Come on over.
Technology.
Apple Music.
I will.
And it was.
Y'all not gonna
I was
keep
reading it like
it
it was karaoke. It was just like popping up. The words was just. It was perfect.
It was a great
Shout
experience.
out to Apple Music.
Also, Wale, love you, my guy, but also you owe us a Go-Go album because he said before more about nothing, because some of his best songs are with Best Kept Secret, and when him and Best Kept Secret get together, they hit. So. Because like the first, if you go back and listen to more album about nothing, the first
Marquise
song
is not going to be satisfied until we have gone back and listened.
The first song,
the
first song with him, the first song on more about album about nothing is a track produced by Best Kept Secret, and when he's on his go-go shit, he's unstoppable. And he said once he was finished with the album about nothing, he's releasing this go-go. He was going to do this go-go album, and we ain't never get.
So let me ask you this: you want this to be? You want Wild Ass Crazy to be his last album, or do you want a go-go album?
I want him to heal.
Now
through go-go.
The only he could do a go-go album. It will only hit in DC, in Maryland.
His.
No. What y'all? Because you gotta remember, I'm from there.
Yeah.
So the version of go-go that y'all get is not
go-go.
Go-go.
Okay,
so he couldn't be true to what it is. He couldn't sit in the pocket for like Rare Essence. All them old heads, they go for like 15 minutes straight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, listen. I know.
So outside of that, get boring. But a DC person gonna sit there and box for 15 minutes.
Listen. First,
I don't think y'all ready for one.
I don't think y'all ready for
a full go-go album. I know
I am because I've been following his career, I know what him and Best Kept Secret specifically do. Like I know. But also, so there's that. Also, when he makes like actual like kind of Afrobeat Nigerian shit, like listen to the song "My Sweetie." I love that song.
If y'all could see this list of listen to this song.
My Sweetie from his first album.
But you're schooling me. He didn't go too far that way though, because everybody is on the Afrobeat wave, which is more deserving of it, absolutely. But everybody can't jump on at the same time. Like we about to ride the wheels off that thing.
Yeah. But when he on his like go-go shit,
absolutely.
his like Nigerian Afrobeat shit, and he's just like rapping like with his song "The Working," like he's just going, like, and I love it. I love when he's actually happy and enjoying this rap shit.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Wale. You're the deal, and I love you. And wow.
I'm sorry, I spent all this time.
No, this was healthy conversation. Marquise is a stan, and I'm here for it.
Okay,
I'm here for it. And all right, so just to switch gears just a little bit, there's two young black women that I want to shine some light on and have us have a moment to just have a conversation about. One is Tatiana Jefferson. In her final months, Tatiana Jefferson moved to another city to take care of her ailing mother. And in her final minutes, the 28-year-old was playing video games with her nephew while his grandmother was in the hospital. But in the seconds leading up to Jefferson's death, a Fort Worth police officer shot into her bedroom, killing her near her 8-year-old nephew. And I just want to give us a moment, first of all, to say her name and to acknowledge her life and to create space for us to talk about this and to hear what's on our hearts, let it out, and hold some space for our sister. So, E-Mac, I'm going to toss it to you first.
A Tatiana Jefferson, like, I feel there are certain things that hit you in society, and it's just like that is not sitting right. It makes me furious. It makes me sad. So I'm just so sorry that your life was cut short like that. And to the family, like I just pray for the family, because that is a horrible, thing to be thinking about for the rest of their lives as they're trying to like cope. Like, what happened? Why would he do that? To the police, like, what in the protocol that we sneaking around her house
for a wellness check?
When you could have
knocked
on the door and announced yourself. You're sneaking around the house. Of course,
gun
drawn. And of course, if somebody you see a shadow, you didn't even know what you popped that gun off so quick. You couldn't even diagnose what happened that quick. Like, you know what I mean? It was seconds. Like, put your hands up, pow. Like, that's not enough to what? And then we'll try to bring her having a gun into it.
Man,
stop,
listen.
y'all.
The cop has since been arrested.
Open carry. She was in her home. And what if she felt like you were threatening her? You didn't announce yourself.
Clearly, if I see he was the threat.
You're the threat.
And as D.L. Hughley pointed out,
I love. Shout out to D.L. Hughley.
As D.L. Hughley pointed out, that patrolling, officers that patrol black neighborhoods are often the rookies, are often the most inexperienced. This officer was only on the force for a little over a year. So it's
he better be out of a job.
No, he is.
He resigned.
They arrested him.
He resigned. No, he resigned.
Okay.
He shouldn't. They should have fired him before he got a chance to resign. But okay, whatever.
I didn't know that. Okay.
First he was on administrative leave.
Of course.
Then he resigned.
Let's talk about administrative leave.
Yeah, let's dissect administrative leave. That's leave with pay. Yes,
that's leave with pay. Now, in certain cases, I'm guessing it would be circumstantial, like that's a leave without pay or whatever. But I'm guessing that's very few times.
Clearly.
In my understanding of it, administrative leave is you go home. We'll let you know when you can come back, but you
still won't get paid.
We, as the black community, we need to state our terms. That's why these boycotts don't work. That's why this I don't want to hear no justice, no peace. I said this on my Insta story. I don't want to hear no justice, no peace no more until you state what justice is. What does justice look like? Is it wellness not wellness checks. Is it mental health checks for them? Like, more often, what is the training protocol? When they do fire that gun and somebody dies, that needs to be an immediate stopping of the check until a federal investigation is done. Why are we, and we just keep, we want justice. What is, America don't know what justice is for us?
And I really think that it's important that we kind of spell this out, because I know for me personally, I can't even describe the level of rage, you know what I'm saying? And just, I'm infuriated every time I see one of my brothers and my sisters gunned down senselessly. But I also feel an extreme sense of helplessness a lot of times. Like, what do I do? So when you say state our terms, you mean make it clear, come together, first of all. And make it clear to the justice system what our demands are.
Yeah. Because we keep saying no justice, no peace. What do we want to see? And I don't have the knowledge of what it is exactly, like rule number 5.42 dash. You know what I mean? Right. But whoever does have that knowledge, the lawyers need to come together and educate the community on, all right, this is how they're able to stay employed after they shoot you or kill one of our own. This is what's protecting them. Okay. How can we go and tell our senators, tell our governors, this is what we want changed, if we don't know what it is? Like, why are they still collecting a check? Okay, tell me that. Where do we go and attack those specific things? Some lawyers, some heads, we gotta come together in a major way. And I know that people are trying to do it locally. So shout out to those grassroots.
That's so crazy, because I was just about to say that.
Yeah, no, shout out to those organizations on the ground doing the work.
In Philly, shout out specifically to Gabriel Bryan, my bro.
Yeah.
Doing the work.
But we got to find out what a creative way to educate the people.
Did you know that Gabe has bars? That Gabe
yes,
used to be a rapper?
Gabe, we getting you into the Janela Streets podcast. We're gonna have you spit some bars.
I'm sorry not to derail this. I'm sorry not to. I was doing a show with him like a week or two ago.
But this man is out here doing the work, though.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
there
to
are
you.
organizations that are, but I do understand what you're saying. This is important. Like, we got to figure out. It's like a part of me wants to be so loud and scream and stand at the top of the tallest mountain and say shit needs to change. But then I also feel very helpless at times. And I'm just like, where do I even begin to support the shit that's going on? They're literally murdering us every other fucking day, it feels like.
Yeah.
Like, Marquise?
Nah, it's like with this, I know when the initial thing with like the one of the first posts that came about of Tatiana like came up on my timeline, I scrolled past it because I couldn't process.
I understand
another.
I really do.
Like it wasn't until maybe the third time I saw it, I was like, all right, let me click on this and
I'm the
do
same way
this,
though,
you
at
know,
times.
Like it's a lot, and especially there will be when they found the gun, people are trying to justify, like it's like
There's
you
always
can't
these
do
narratives.
anything, it's wild that she was literally just in the house playing. Her sin was she had the doors cracked. Like I understand the neighbor, being concerned with that. That's his elderly neighbor's house. The doors are cracked open. Was popping over there, and not to put blame on him. He's
Right.
but it's a wellness check. So he called a non-emergency number, to do a wellness check, and that's what it should have been. So it's like you got these, trigger happy officers.
Say that word again.
Trigger happy
Say
officers.
that word again.
Trigger happy officers.
That's
Like
what it is.
just
That's
out,
what it is.
like
That's what it is.
looking for some action.
Yes.
Like
Stop looking for action. When are we going to go back to, like, all right, let's ask some questions first.
Yeah.
Like, we got to go back to real policing, not just shooting. It's
True.
not a video game.
True.
These is
Like,
real
true.
lives.
This
When
ain't
you
Halo.
shot her, that was real blood, and that's a real death. That's like somebody getting taken from the earth. We got to, stop hiring these people that want to be renegades. They wanted to...
Fact.
Let's do mental... We got to do some more digging on their social media. We got to do...
Police are supposed to be are peace officers. That's what they're supposed to be. So that's like,
Look at their gear. They don't want peace. Look at their gear. Look at the progression of the American police gear. Like, we went from batons and whistles to a little handgun. Now we got totally they need to be protected. I totally agree with that. But now you got the bulletproof vest. Then you got a taser. Now you got a baton, a taser, a gun. You got all this stuff. Don't let somebody... A pepper spray. You got all of these things, and nobody trying to get down to real police work. You just want to, pow, I'm shooting to kill. That's what... And they are trained to shoot to kill. They ain't not trying to, like, shoot somebody in the leg. And that only exists in TV shows. They are really... When they shoot their weapon, they are trained to kill that target.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this whole idea of stating our terms is something that I definitely want to revisit in full and like come back to that, and maybe we'll dedicate an episode to it. I don't know.
What are our terms?
Yeah,
Black people need some. We got.
This is real. We
gotta.
We have a responsibility out here because we're for whatever reason we're a threat, and we ain't even a threat. But the threat is we're great, and we out here really making moves, and I'm just stunned a little bit because this whole Tatiana Jefferson situation really hit me. I'm an empath. Pisces true to form, and it's tough for me to talk about, but I knew that it was necessary. But it really makes me emotional because it's like, wow, y'all just plucking us off like it ain't shit.
In your own home.
In my own home.
I'm in my home. I'm playing video games, or I just had finished playing video games with my nephew. I'm checking to see who come. You know what I mean? If somebody start walking around here right now flashing a light we're gonna be checking to see who it is. Okay, excuse me.
I'm packing, by the way. But anyway.
Everybody, did y'all see the Dave Chappelle joint when he was like,
assuming.
in order to get the laws changed for gun,
let's all go out
and get
come
a
on
permit.
here.
And then all black people.
First of all, that special was hilarious.
Yes, it was. Shout out to
Dave Chappelle.
He's the GOAT. He's the
that
greatest.
thing was amazing. And I did say I had two young black women that I wanted to spotlight. And before we get out of here, because I know we're running out of time, I could not end the episode without shouting out the Queen Simone Biles. Simone Biles is a 5-time world all-around champion, 5-time world floor exercise champion, and the list goes on and on and on, truly. Having won a combined total of 30 Olympic and world championship medals, she is the most decorated American gymnast and the third most decorated gymnast of all time.
You got because somebody pointed out, like somebody
I got the
pointed out
whole
the number.
rundown.
Yeah, like somebody pointed out the number like 25. There was like 25 or something, but you said 30, right? Either way,
Yes, 30.
She's only 25,
Right.
and she has like more medals than she has years of life.
Yeah.
30
which is,
Olympic
like,
and world championship
Like
medals
this
combined.
is
No, shout out to her.
Simone.
That is Black girl magic. That is
At its
freaking
finest.
magic.
Let's-
That
let's-
is you being great.
Yes.
That is you having a great
First
team.
of
Let's
all,
go, honey.
let's talk about
Let's
how
you have your shit together.
let's talk about how the committee tried to
They tried it.
They
Come on,
tried,
come on,
they tried
come
to
on.
downgrade the difficulty level of
Sure did.
her
always
created
trying us.
moves because they were fearful that other gymnasts would try them.
and hurt themselves.
Fearful. Why are they always so scared of us, y'all? What's going on?
It's something. I'm telling you, it's something about the
Get
melanin.
your weight up.
It's something about.
Like exactly. Like,
let her
come
do
on,
what she
let
gonna do. Let her
flip.
challenge you.
I
Let
can
her do her shit.
I can actually do the shit. Y'all, y'all
What?
be
She like, oh, I did that in first grade. Come on, like let's.
and how she was explaining it, she wasn't like these moves are things that she has put work in that she wasn't even going to do originally. Her coach
Exactly.
put the idea in her head, and she was like, nah, I ain't messing with that. And then time passed, the ideas come back up, and she's like, all right, I can try again, and works it and works
Yeah.
it and works it and works it and works
Yes.
it until she can get it, until she is ready to bring it to the floor. It's
Right,
not like
right,
she's
right.
like, yesterday it was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this new shit for this competition in 2
Right.
days.
Yeah.
And then like
She's
do
putting
this-
in work.
Like, yeah.
She's putting in work, and there's strategy behind it. One thing that she said, I came across a quote of hers recently, and I'm going to paraphrase loosely, but she basically was like, if I say that I'm the greatest of all time, then that's me being cocky or egotistical. But no, what I'm drawing your attention to is the facts that's on paper, and I think it's important that we instruct young girls of that.
She has
And I
the
thought that shit
resume.
was
The resume.
bossy. The
She has
resume.
the curriculum vitae, okay?
Okay.
I thought that was important.
Yeah.
I thought that was so important.
Yeah, no,
as
these
a
are the
young black
facts.
girl. Come on.
These are the facts. It's okay
Shout out
to educate
to you,
somebody.
Simone
Yeah,
Biles.
yeah.
Do we have a sound effect for Simone?
Come
on. Yes.
This is her.
Yeah, out here.
If y'all could have just seen E-Mac
That was me.
do the
like
gymnast bow in the
when
studio.
they go 3 ways and it's like and swan and swan and swan. They got a swan 3 different ways. And yeah,
Man,
I
listen.
always wanted to do that, but my boobs was too big.
What? Wait.
You can't. And swan. I almost knocked over
No,
this
big
microphone.
titty
yo.
girls ain't for the gymnast.
No.
The gymnast life.
Nah.
It's not
Can you
for us.
imagine running down the joint just?
I can't. And I got big titties.
Okay.
You
So-
gotta secure them. You
Secure
gotta
them.
It's not a
secure
thing.
You
your
know what? We're
foundation.
gonna do a episode on that because I have a story about.
We need to on
Yeah.
titties, please.
I
Securing
got
the
plenty of those
tits.
stories.
I'm here for it.
No, a story about securing them.
Securing the titties. Do you ever go without a bra?
Where in here?
No.
I
like a day.
I tried it. It's not comfortable.
Oh,
It's
you
not
see me
comfortable.
swinging.
Now, if I'm just going to the laundromat, or if I'm going to
Sometimes
the grocery store,
y'all gonna have to take these tits.
No. We got episode coming up about it, but I do have a story, like a
Take
tragic
these tits.
story.
That's right.
I
Scarred me
love
for
all
life.
of y'all. I love you, black people. Shout out to anybody who listened. Thank you for joining us for the Janae Latrice podcast. This is the happy hour of podcasts where young black creators come together, discuss our worlds, and take what we need. Until next time, we out.
Bye.
Do it.
Bye.